Good morning, Winston Goodfellow. Here we are at the 2022 Pebble Beach Tour d'Elegance. This to me is one of the best kept secrets in the automotive world. It's on Thursday prior to the Pebble Beach Concours, and if you want to see one of the greatest assemblage of cars in a concentrated area, this is it. Let's go take a look. We're going to start at the front. We're just going to run and gun it to the end, and we'll see what we see. Let's go. Excuse me. So even starting right here, this is a Talbot Lago. It's a French mark. And look at the lines on this thing. And when I'm walking up to this, I'm thinking, holy Toledo, that doesn't look French. Of course not. It's Campagna, which was a small coach builder out of Italy. Taking that front end, how friggin' cool is this? You just got this lovely knife edge. It's just the way it's coming at you is fantastic. All right, let's walk around to the front of the line and we'll see what may be the coolest car here.
Up a 60.
Okay, guys and gals, bingo. This to me is unbelievable. Mercedes C111 prototype. This, I believe, is the first. They made 3 or 4 of them over like a 3-year period. 6970. It has a Wankel engine in the back, so it's got a rotary engine, not the normal 6 or 8 that you would expect from Mercedes at the time. And they did a play on the gullwing from the 50s with the gullwing doors. Oh man. How cool is this? Your classic German tartan pattern in the seat. And I'm assuming this thing is basically untouched. Wow. It has 28,000 kilometers on the odometer, it looks like. That's pretty cool. What's interesting too is how compact the design is, because when you see this in pictures, we're so used to larger footprints of cars today. And then when you see this, it's much smaller than you expect. And then we turn around, and here we are at the front of the row. Smoking cool Ferrari right up front. And I love the velocity stacks of the carbs. God, I wonder if this is one of Volpe's cars, who was the ultimate privateer in the late 50s, early 60s, Count Giovanni Volpe. Let me see. This is great. So if you look at the back here, Ben, spin her around it, and so point down to this here. So the Proprietor, back in the days, they would have what were called Prova plates. Prova meant test cars. And so manufacturer could just go out with a Prova plate and they knew it was from the factory. So Prova Mo meaning Modena. And I always thought that would be a fantastic custom license plate to get, is Prova Mo, because us old timers would know what that meant. I thought this was kind of tacky when I came up here, seeing come on, it's just like, we're Pebble, take the friggin' cover off. But it's WeatherTech, so I'm willing to bet this is owned by McNeil, who owns WeatherTech, so I think this is his GTO. Let's keep going and see what we can see. Actually, this is easy, I'll step back. Jag C-type, one of my favorite Jags, early 50s endurance racer, won Le Mans. Look at the sleek lines. And this is where you can see people experimenting with aerodynamics. How did they pierce the air? But this was done, if I'm remembering, William Sayer was the designer on this. And so we always talk about Italian stuff being so sleek. This ain't bad, if I do say so myself. Two different philosophies from the late 20s, early 30s. You've got the big blower Bentley, big engine. They won Le Mans with stuff similar to this back in the day. And then you've got the more nimble Alfa.
I know, you told me. Beautiful. All of it.
And then we go back way further. You've got your trike here. Don't ask me, I know nothing. Yeah, and then to the left of the trike, we've got this fantastic Ford GT40. Those of you, Ford versus Ferrari, bingo, here you go.
I don't know because he just came.
Then we just go to the right a little bit. Lovely Duesenberg. This was really the ultimate car from America back in the 30s.
I don't have my headset. He's in the car with him, and but he's just arrived. So.
Yes.
Second generation of the 250 Zagato. Or is this the third generation of the 250s? So in the late 50s, mid to late 50s, Zagato made 5 250 Zagatos. This is one of them. Zagato's well known for the double bubble roof. Lovely detailing on the side. You've got the classic hip. Come back around. Look at that tush.
Look at that one with the
It just looks like it's leaping forward. It's fantastic. Oh man. All right, I need to take a sophisticated picture.
Cam show his cam here. We don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is.
Hey,
What?
wait a minute.
How are you, sir?
Haircut.
How are you?
Good, good.
Hi, Winston. Jim Holmes.
Jim, good to see you.
I'm glad that reached out to you about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually going to do a compression test tomorrow.
So it sounds like he's going to take a kind of a serious run at the car.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think a lot of people are.
It was funny because I actually called him yesterday to talk about something more expensive. Hang on a sec. Okay, guys. Great dude here. Rex, fantastic restorer. This is Ben behind the camera. You remember when we were talking about getting together sometime and talking about how cars are patinaed and all that type of stuff?
Yeah.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
So podcast is coming sometime soon with this guy, and it's going to be, man, it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, so let's just say I talked about something more expensive, and he was like, I don't know if I want to go that high right now. And so.
Well, the reason why is interest rates.
Yes.
He
Yes.
just told me that yesterday, so he's going to limit what he's going to be bidding. So.
And it's great because I'm like, dude, come on. Yeah, this is high, but no, it's not historically. This is not high. And he goes, I know. I just said, dude, you're getting too used to the old rates.
I mean, at the same time, I even told him, you know what, you don't have to buy a super expensive car because if he wants a project car to put on the lawn at Pebble.
Yeah.
And I said it doesn't have to be multi-million. It can be a $500,000 car. It just has to have good heritage and history to it.
Yeah.
So that's in his head. So, but the thing is, if you talk to him about if it's $5 million or whatever, he can do it.
Yes.
Yeah, he can do it. It's just
what's his pain threshold at this time, and his pain threshold's not that high, because what I was talking was around that region.
Yeah, and the thing is it like a competition car? If it's not, then it's not going to be on the top of his list.
No, that's correct.
If it's a competition style car,
Yes.
you know, race history, things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and what's funny is he doesn't fit in the short nose, and he doesn't fit in competition cars, but he wants.
You know something? It still doesn't friggin' matter because he doesn't drive his cars. Come on, you know that.
Yeah. I'm surprised he sold the that fast. Remember when
I'm not.
Because
I
he
wasn't.
didn't fit, so he sold it right away.
Yeah.
But with the short wheelbase, he was barely able to fit in that.
See, that's crazy because I love driving. Well, you know that. I love driving that car. Okay, so gang, we're talking about a good friend of both of ours. Rex is a fantastic restorer out of Southern Cal. If you got a Ferrari and you want something, then what's the name of your shop again?
R&R.
There we go. There's a quick pitch for Rex at R&R Restorations. And really good dude, knows his stuff, not wound tight at all. Forewarned. So, yeah, so we're just kind of wandering, taking a look, seeing what's here.
Sure.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
And our paths across. Yes.
What group are you judging this year?
Did you do any of the Fiat 8Vs or Ciatas in terms of?
Not this
Okay.
year. Not this year. So
That's what I'm judging.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already know my judges for this. Yeah.
So you're on the Mazda.
Yeah.
So this is Brendan's.
Yep. Correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the upkeep and changed a lot of things on it. Yeah.
Cool. All right, away we go. See, this is great. So we sit here looking at Maserati. What is this? 56? Thereabouts.
A6G.
Yes.
2054.
Frua body.
Yep.
Yeah. 20 of these about they made, if I remember correctly.
3 of the convertible.
Of the convertible.
This is the only one that they made with a painted dash.
Okay, cool. So you look at that, then we've got an unrestored 356 next to that. Then let's go over and we'll take a look at the Ferrari on the other side because that's the Ferrari, that's the car that gave Ferrari its face. So this is a 166 Barchetta. This was done by a guy named Carlo Androloni, as the designer of Carroll Shelby Touring. And Carlo told me that Enzo approached him because Enzo was a master marketer, Enzo being Enzo Ferrari, and he knew he needed a face because his cars all had a different body style. This is real early, 48. And so he came to Carlo and just said, we need to do something, and this was it. Let's walk around to this side. You're fine if you need to move back a bit. Okay. So this just kind of set the proportions, and then up front, that's interesting because that's not the traditional grille. So that's a little surprising to me. You see the Superleggera badge here means super light. So aluminum body with like a real lightweight tube structure. And these things are a little primitive to drive, but they're a lot of fun. Let's keep going. We're going to the Apollo. Excuse me. Fantastic. So this is an Apollo convertible. If memory serves me correctly, this is the first. Apollo was something that was often done back in the 1960s where someone would make their own chassis, put a European body on it, and then have an American engine. In this case, it's in this one, it's a Buick 3.5 liter, so it's an all aluminum 215 V8. Most of them. They made 10 of these total, thereabouts. So this is the only one with a small engine. Most had a 5-liter Buick V8, which is 300 horsepower. And these are just a sweetheart to drive, particularly the convertible. I spent a day or two with a convertible years ago, and it was an absolute delight on the road. So the design on this was done by Franco Scaglione. Scaglione is most famous for doing the Alfa Romeo bats, but this just shows his versatility that he could do something this simple. Boom, there's one of our men, Mark Vaughn from Auto Week.
It's Winston Goodfellow.
How are you, bud? So we're doing a quick run and gun.
You look like a homeless guy, and now what? He used to be like suit, tie, you know, a chief class judge at Pebble Beach. And now he's just one of us, just a slob like the rest of us.
That's right, or as I prefer, a schlep.
Whatever term.
Yeah. So anything twizzling your stick along the road?
Oh my God. Did you see the LM?
Yes.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's bitchy.
There's some abomination that looks like an Akuyama creation from Ferrari.
So that, yes, because it was
that here? Like you said, don't they like stop you?
I'm assuming maybe there's a more modern custom coachwork class or something like that, because that was
tasteless class to go with the Bertoni. That's also here. The new class, like, you know, instead of J305 Bugatti pre-war, you know, it's like tasteless.
So, Mark, what's your real opinion? Yeah.
You know, less filling. It's just
it tastes great.
Less filling. This is tasteless. So it's a combination of the best, all possible worlds.
Yeah, that's pretty funny because it's based on when he did the Pininfarina Rossa, which is a one-off Ferrari.
So you're defending it?
No, I'm not. I'm not defending it. I'm just telling you what it is. It's
god awful.
You know, it's a little over the top for my taste.
So diplomatic.
Yeah.
So diplomatic. You should be at the UN.
Well, I've had a bud that called me.
I think Ukraine was perhaps impolite.
Yeah.
The invasion, the incursion.
They're dead dudes.
Hey, there they are.
Bang.
Oh, wait.
TS.
How are you? Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking good.
So, you guys?
Good. Good.
So, Tom, you showing anything?
No, just driving in the LM, just helping out a little bit.
What's the history on the LM? Anything we need to know about? It's just an LM, no race history, no nothing?
No, it's Le Mans, didn't finish, so went to Japan. Had to
just Le Mans.
Well, it didn't finish.
Yeah, but still.
I just got recruited on Monday. I didn't get the script on the whole thing, okay?
Outstanding. The quick back pedal, but impressive. Did the Europa, did that come out of Southern Cal?
Yeah, that was the one that was in Bill Gottwald's garage.
Yeah. Cool. And Miles, anything with you?
Running around.
So you live in what, Goodyear? Or
I'm sorry?
You still living in Goodyear?
Yeah, down around there. Yeah. So, yeah, nice looking TZ1.
John Klein.
That's exactly right. Just finished restoration. So, and it looks like we got a TDF on the other side. And then a Seattle.
I mean, Miles.
Yeah, Malcolm's Hutch. He's Starsky. So, all right, you guys. So, 250 LM that we were talking about, endurance racer at Ferrari, last model to win Le Mans for Ferrari. Alpha TZ1, made about 110 of them. Haven't driven one of these yet. It's coming soon. Actually, this car. Tour de France, late 50s, a Ferrari endurance racer. Next to it is a Seattle 208S.
Carmel.
Fresh off the farm.
This is a blast to drive. Little 2-liter V8, 115 horsepower, lightweight, reasonable chassis. The only thing funky in it is the gearbox, where it's kind of a long throw, and on the drum brakes, you really have to plan ahead before you stomp on it. Other than that, it's nice and tossable. Engine makes a great noise, reasonable acceleration, lovely lines. Here's what else is wonderful about Pebble is, 20 plus years ago, they started doing unrestored cars. So not everything's in perfect condition like most of what we've looked at. You get stuff like this too. They have a specific class for these, and it's really helped to acknowledge proper unrestored cars, things that don't look like junk. This sat in a garage. It was in a family for like 50 years, if I'm remembering correctly, in Southern California. It was decades.
How about you? We were just talking about you. Said we haven't seen
Let's
them.
look.
Trying to get organized early in the morning. Thank you. Thank you. You're very complimentary.
Just wow. Another Seata, 208S. Then right in front of it, big boy car, 250 GTO Series 2.
Same.
250 Cal Spider. Here's great weirdness. How freaking cool is this? Another Seata 208S. So this shows you the variety that you could get in the 50s. You could get it with this type of body. You could get it with this type of body. Look at how friggin' low this thing is. So Dick, this thing has you written all over it.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you, bud.
This is what?
This has you written all over it. Come on.
I've never
This-
had a Seattle though.
Now's the time to get one. Oh.
I like the idea.
You're welcome. Duesenberg. Ferrari.
Buy it, but where do you store it?
I've driven this thing. This car won the Mille Miglia in '51.
Is this a 32?
I'm trying to remember what year it was too.
Man, outstanding. Flash in on the Parravano badge when you've got a minute. Excuse me. So, the Scuderia Parravano. Parravano was a very wealthy home builder in Southern California in the 1950s. Building homes everywhere. He decides he wants to get into racing. Starts running top flight Ferraris and Maseratis, all sorts of stuff. And there was always kind of, okay, Tony Parravano, what kind of guy is he? Is he straight? Or is there a little mafioso or something going on there? Parravano name it. You could see why that would be insinuated. Long story short, the IRS came looking for Parravano. Boom, he completely disappears. And he's never been seen since. And so nobody knows what happened to him. He's one of the great Southern California mystery stories of the 50s in cars.
Awesome, appreciate it. Later.
Yes. Yes, there we go. So, late 1950s, early 60s, this was it. It's a Ferrari 410 Super America Series 3. This was like the Bugatti of its day. Everything was custom made on this car. Speaking of Bugattis.
Do any damage.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not the original case. I think we do have samples.
Here's some more great juxtaposition. You can stay right there. Some more great juxtaposition of Pebble Beach. Big ass early Rolls Royce right next to an Iso Grifo 7-liter. Look at the difference in height. Look at the stance. That shows you 60 years how the automobile had progressed. Eyes are on you, pal.
See.
That quail I'm doing a seminar.
So, Iso Grifo 7-liter. When we were talking about the Apollo back there, this is the same type of thing. Except this chassis is much more sophisticated. Chassis done by Iso's men and with a little bit of Bizzarini input. And 427 under the raised hood there, 5-speed gearbox, late 60s. That was realistically the world's fastest car, 175 miles an hour, maybe a little more.
Damn it, I cannot get out of here.
Outstanding. Okay, another Seata. Right here, Zagato body, only open air Zagato, only open air Seata that Zagato did. They did a number. No, this actually, I'm sorry, not Seata, Fiat 8V.
I thought it was a scam.
They were going to ask you for something afterwards.
So you only drive a car?
This is a one-off. This should be the Auto Bianchi runabout.
Yeah.
This is your classic late 60s wedge from Italy. Yep. Bertone design.
Where on the safety?
Look at the Bertone B's on the wheels. That's too cool. Oh my God. Yeah, look at so this was designed by Gandini, same guy that did the mirror in the Countach. Look at how freaking crazy that is. The simplicity of the wedge. Hot rod class. First time we did that at Pebble 15, 20 years ago was a huge hit. They bring it back like every 3 years. The majesty of a pre-war Mercedes. Pre-war meaning before World War II. So this is probably late 20s.
Rolls Royce Silver Ghosts are like the oldest cars.
Favorite one? Did you find a favorite one?
Right? How do you choose?
Like somebody we ran into.
Yeah,
Man. Another big Regal Duesenberg. This was huge with the Hollywood crowd in the 1930s, this type of machine. And then next to that, we've got a Lancia. This Aurelia raced in the Carrera Panamericana, which was a several-day race through Mexico in the 1950s. This ran in the second edition. What's that?
Elbow on the inside, I'll open it up.
You know what? Let's go do that. All right, we're going to get a look at something pretty cool.
Oh, okay. You were fine.
Katarina, hi.
You're looking awfully dapper.
Well,
I mean,
fitting the car here.
You wouldn't?
I drive it, yeah.
Figures. Totally appropriate for you.
You'll see.
Oh,
She
yes.
like that.
Yes. Nice to
good?
see you.
Yes,
Yeah.
good to see you too. Yes, I didn't see you in Villa d'Este.
Yeah, it's,
Did I?
you know, we were talking, the last time I was on a plane was 3.5 years ago.
Yes.
To fly over to Villa d'Este
Yeah,
to judge.
and we think last time we saw each other there. But you should come next year again, right?
I hope to.
Yes.
Yeah, Lorenzo and I were talking that will probably happen.
Yeah, it should be a good one. It should be a good one.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So were you showing anything there this year?
No, not this year. Not this year. I mean in Villa d'Este?
Yeah.
No, not this year. But next year I would like come back here and show you.
Awesome.
So we will see.
Awesome. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. Absolutely.
That would be something. No, to have both 165.
Hook back up with Richard.
Oh, I know.
That would be a pretty Pico go home.
Yes.
This is a little filming crew. They would like to take some
Yeah, real little filming crew.
Ah, okay.
Shall I clean up the mess first?
Just pull it out.
Or you like the California skiing hat?
You know what? Just leave it in there. It's right where the Pebble Beach Tour.
You're so right.
Yeah. So this is a Talbot Lago with one of the coolest names ever, the Teardrop. How is it in French?
Goutte d'eau.
Goutte d'eau.
And you know why? Because of the shape of the window. Because it resembles a water drop. Goutte d'eau is actually water drop, not teardrop.
But you don't call. We never call the car a water drop. Come on, man. No.
Teardrop.
Teardrop is especially cool. But it's when you see the streamlining the streamlining characteristic of the general shape is almost like a teardrop or a water drop.
As well.
Yes.
Peter Mullen said rightly, there is not one bad angle. It's beautiful from every angle.
This is true rolling sculpture. I mean, when I think of the definition of rolling sculpture, this is way up there.
Thank you.
And the colors are spectacular. So 14 of these were made, approximately? 15. Yeah. All a little different.
The source says.
Yeah, this is real rolling sculpture. You want to go around the back?
Yeah, I'm out there on the field.
Yeah, because there you can kind of see the streamlined rear end. So shall we go back over to the Ferrari? To Katrina's Ferrari?
Everybody has their
Or excuse me, Alfa Romeo. So, what's wonderful about this is pre-war Alfa, likely an 8C. And then if we look where you see what looks to be the Ferrari prancing horse here on the bonnet, right in front of the windscreen. Scuderia means basically racing stable. And so before Ferrari became a constructor, he was basically Alfa Romeo's racing arm. And so this is what they would do, is these type of cars. And he was very good at it. He was really, he started out as a racing car driver, and then in the late 20s realized, you know what? I'm probably better as an organizer than a driver, even though he was a good driver. And so in 1929, they started the Scuderia Ferrari. And then through much of the 30s, he was Alfa Romeo's racing arm. Richard's waving us over to look at the engine on the Talbot Lago. Let's go take a look. Yeah.
4.5 liter, triple carbureted.
So how big is this?
4.5 liters.
4.5 liters. 3 carbs. This is more. Is this more of a torquey engine than a horsepower engine? Would you say?
Yes.
Rather torque than horsepower.
Yeah. And so, what's your power and torque figures on this? Any idea?
What is it?
About 150 horsepower.
150 horsepower.
So 150 horsepower.
The
Yeah.
race cars, they have around 185 horsepower.
Nice.
It's a low revving engine.
Yes. So 3,000 RPM, maybe? Yeah.
So you're going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, but back in the day, 3,000 RPM was something because basically everything was a torquey rather than a horsepower engine.
Right.
And the traffic aid.
Oh, he's going to show the trafficator?
I love it.
So, yes.
Now, fingers crossed.
Oh, yeah, you're getting your prejudging here. Come on, come down. Is it gonna?
Yeah, there's water in here.
There we go. So.
I didn't touch it.
You didn't touch
No,
it?
he did not touch it.
Perfect.
Yeah, so this was used.
It has a time lag, we found out. It has a lot of time lag.
You know, that makes sense. You move into the lane and then it comes down. So that was to indicate that you were turning in that direction. So this was a very cool turn signal.
These are just reflectors.
Yeah.
Not power.
But just like here we are, and then And then you've got this dishpan lever to open the door.
Well, this was aerodynamic styling so that you didn't have to catch yourself.
Oh, yes. It's just, the whole thing is friggin' cool. I mean, this is really cool.
All around the doors, once you open the door.
Yeah, look at the wood and everything. And it just had yes, it does have the pre-selector gearbox.
How we doing? Good.
I drove one of these a long time ago and loved it. Because it easily keeps up with modern traffic.
Easily. The car goes fast.
Yes.
We could go 110 miles an hour in this.
Have you?
In chips, I did about 90.
Because that was the one I drove was chips. And I'm trying to remember how fast. It was right after it won Best of Show here. And
The car goes fast.
yes.
It's a good car.
Yes, it does.
Every bit of detail is really built.
Oh, yeah. Yes, this is luscious. Cool, bud. I'm gonna be the Pebble Beach judge and let you close the door. Awesome. All right. Who's?
All the time. Yeah, we even live together now because it just made sense. And you have to have a team, right?
This is a wild piece. So this is going to be a one-off Oscar. Oscar was a company done by the Maserati brothers. When they left Maserati. So, Bud, how are you? Trish?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You're the instigator of the class.
Yeah. Yep. Well, thanks to you.
So, that was a long time ago. How many years have you guys done hot rod classes?
This is the 25th anniversary.
Wow.
We started them in 1997. Yeah, 97 was the first time. So
Oh, I remember that.
we've had them almost every other year.
Because that's what I was thinking. Every 2 to 3 years, it was very typical.
Yeah.
Of,
It's been popular. People enjoy them. And
well, it's American car culture.
yeah.
And in many ways, this is American custom coachwork.
Well, the club plaque on the back is Phil Hill's Hot Rod Club. Phil Hill and Phil Remington. Low flyers from Santa Monica.
I didn't know Rem was involved in that as well.
Travis Coons, Phil Stuart Hilborn. That was a great club. So you can take a look. It's
Oh my God. You're a rare. That's
Yeah.
kind of a nice tribute to those.
Hey,
Dude.
Good morning.
Mr. Shelby, how are you?
Good.
Ken Gross, sweet.
Yes, Aaron Shelby. It's good to see you again. This is my son Pierce. Ken Gross. Winston
Pierce,
Goodfellow.
nice to see you.
Gotta get the tone here. Nice. I like your shirts.
Thank you.
You need that for later.
Oh,
A proper hat. I got one for you that I can get later.
you know,
so.
there. What do we think about this look?
I haven't talked to Preston about it. I've got one on order, so you know he's good. I'm excited about it. He called me about a year ago, wanted to visit my dad. My uncle didn't make it.
That's awesome. Let's continue to wander.
See you later.
Later, bud.
See ya.
Yeah, if I don't see you before, see you tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah. Do we know if there's a Shelby out at the Quail?
I'm sure there probably is.
You know there's going to be a GT350.
Yeah.
Fine.
I would think.
Let's just plan on meeting at a Shelby.
There's also, if you want to do, I met last night, there's a 2022 Ford GT in the Alan Mann Heritage colors. We can meet at that.
Let's just do that because
I know that's there.
yeah,
I saw the owner last night.
fine.
Okay.
That sounds perfect.
10:30?
No, 10:15.
10:15?
Yeah, we'll go over stuff then. 10:30 and 10:30 is a call. Yeah. Perfect. Looking good, bud.
Pretty good price to make it.
Ciao.
Oops, sorry.
I'm going to suggest we start moving back up towards the front, just because so that you can get a good view of the takeoff. Yeah, we're going to move it back towards the front so that we can get a good view as everybody's taking off. Let's go right. you haven't noticed, I'm smiling for a good reason. Look at all this stuff. And the sun is coming out. Not guaranteed at Pebble to get the sun. Start your engines. Here comes the sign, start your engines. Our motor's been running a long time. Then I'll let you choose where you want to pick the photo location. So when we get up forward of the sign, you find the spot you want. This way, that's right. So they're going to be going out to the left.
This way. Stay far left. Stay far left.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Okay, yeah, last year they went that.
Holy Toledo. This is almost like the start of the Mille Miglia back in the day, when they'd go racing through Italy, flat friggin' out. Literally 180 miles an hour towards the end of the race in 56, 57. And the crowds would line up along the side of it like this. And bang, they're just going at mega speed.
Every year we have it, it blows up.
I'm trying to get to a spot where I think you'll be able to get some, get a good shot. I think we'll just go up to the end. So if you ever plan a trip to Pebble, a trick is to use layers. Because as you saw when we started, it was foggy. And now the sun's come out. And I used to live here, and so the fog didn't bother me. I've been down in the Southwest in Arizona for a number of years now, and it's funny how your blood just thins out. And so I come up here and, oh my God, when it's in the mid-50s, holy Toledo, where's my down parka? So if you're ever coming up to Pebble, always bring layers, because then you have enough to start with so you don't get too cold, and then you peel it off as you don't need it. So this is good. This is going to be great because, so we just walked along. We did probably about 2/3 of the line, and the Pebble Beach Tour was started in 1998 for a couple reasons. Number one, back in the day, people used to say every car that came to Pebble Beach was a trailer queen, meaning it was never driven on the road. And so they did this 50-mile tour, goes around the Monterey Peninsula for 50 miles. And that was to show, no, everything's not a trailer queen. But the second reason was, not everyone can afford to go into Pebble Beach, especially these days. You have like a $400, $500 ticket price per head. Who can afford that? We got to get ready because they'll be coming soon. And so the second reason was they wanted to give back to the Monterey Peninsula residents. Okay, let's see what's coming. Here comes the C-111. There's the Talbot Lago we looked at earlier. Big boy Ferrari. 250 GTO. Okay, we're gonna see. That's what. Come on, we're gonna go behind him. GT40 coming up. Here comes some good pre-war stuff. Duesenberg, Lincoln, Ferrari, Adatto. Ben, if you want to go over to the other side, we can do that. Porsche, here's the Barchetta. Ferrari coming up right there. Maserati. It's about to come by. Here comes the Apollo. Nice one. Here comes the 250 LM. Smoking away, impressively so. The Tour de France. TZ1, 250 Europa, something really old. You want to hit the other side? Now. Fiat. Here comes the Cal Spider. Smooth sound. 250 GTO, Aston DB5. There goes the Aston. Oh. 340 America, Sienna.
Hi, Winston. Kurt Oblinger.
Hey, bud, how are you?
Good.
God, long time no see. So, glad to see her still shooting white lenses.
Oh, yeah.
So, Duesenberg, there's the 410 America. Yeah, good stuff. Bugatti. Boy, lots of stuff is smoking this year.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. Just want to get mine.
Sure. There goes the Grifo. Doing okay? Cool. Boy, Mercedes sounded good. Yeah, not the original exhaust, and it sounds it. Or so we were told. Here comes the Teardrop. Boy, that thing looks good in motion. Here comes the chase truck. Anybody breaks down these guys, help them out. Mazda.
So I have to show you. That's my Triumph Italia.
When did you get that?
I've had it for 7 years.
No kidding.
And it sat 30 years in a garage, a shop in Raleigh, North Carolina. A lot of rust. Bottom 6 inches the car was toast.
Boy, that had to be a labor of love.
Yeah, well, I'm having it done because it was way above my ability. But it'll be done in December.
Nice. Man, okay, the Bugatti gets the smoking award for the show.
Ain't no mosquitoes around.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, here comes a Lincoln. What is it, 75th anniversary of Lincoln? Something like that.
I think it is, or 100 years.
Is it 100? Yeah. I was about to say, on the Wonder, TZ2, Alfa Romeo. That's right. Oh, listen to the sound. Yes. Boy, that's pretty wild looking. Fiat 8V.
Anyway, I'm going to try and bring it here.
You should.
I'm going to enter it.
Good for you. You'll have the cheapest car on the lawn. Boy, that was elegant.
Yeah. Well, it's not cheap by the time I'm done with it, but it's still
the cheapest car on the lawn.
Probably, you know.
Another Lincoln. 275. 330 Speciale, 1 of 4. Listen to it taking off in the distance.
And this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of ghost. Aston, Mercedes.
That's the end of Group 1.
Motorcycle.
So still writing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually banging on a book right now.
Oh, great.
That's a real deep dive into the formative years of the Gran Turismo movement, 1950 to 1980, but with a twist. And I'm taking it deeper, the whole subject, than I've ever seen anybody do.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's awesome, yeah. And the client who commissioned it's just a peach. And he's just letting me do what I need to do. And he's digging the whole thing. So,
fantastic.
Yeah. And then cameraman Ben will be designing it. So, Ben can do more than just hold a friggin' gimbal.
Well, I appreciate that. I have a background in graphic and design and illustration.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. My previous life.
That's right. Back in the days of the Malibu Breakfast Club.
Yes, and I'm still looking for those photos.
Oh, you have to find those photos.
I have to, yeah.
God, that was fun. So back in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, first half of the 80s. Oh, we did this thing we called the Malibu Breakfast Club, where a bunch of us that had cars just decided to get together like every Sunday morning.
Formally.
Oh, Kurt Oblinger. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Director. And so, Kurt's also a founding member of the Malibu Breakfast Club, I think.
I think so. I think I was on the first one.
Yeah, because that was with Wally, and I forget who else was
Alan
there.
Bolte.
Oh, was he there? I didn't remember that.
He might have been on the second one, but Raj Warwala?
Josh Warwala.
Yeah, yes.
He was, so Josh Warwala was a guy that did what we called conversion shops back in the day. There was a thing called the gray market, where there were certain Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff like Countaches and Boxers that were not legal for the U.S. So gray market shops popped up, conversion shops popped up to convert it to U.S. specs. And Josh was one of the bigger ones in Southern California. That's right. So he was there.
And who was the guy with the Lola? Was it Steve Bohannon?
Oh my God, I don't remember, because I was there. I had a Daytona at the time.
Yeah.
And so there was this one morning. I don't even remember what road we were on. Do you?
We met at the restaurant at the bottom of Sunset.
Yes. So that's our wrap at the Pebble Beach Tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. This is one of the best kept secrets in the automotive world, is being able to come over here, walk that line, see that stuff. We'll see you on Sunday, because all these cars will be out at the Pebble Beach Concours on Sunday. We'll be walking the field early, and we'll do some more running commentary. This has been kind of fun doing a little bit of run and gun. So thanks for hanging in there, and we'll see you on the road, and we'll see you on Sunday, if not before, because we're going to other events during this week. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, so no sooner do we think we're done than we're walking back to the car, and boom, Group 2's getting ready to take off on the Pebble Beach Tour. So we're gonna park on the side here for a little bit. If we're lucky, we'll be able to see the Chrysler turbine car, which is 1964, where they were messing around with turbine engines in automobiles. They made 50 of them, very few exist. One of them's here, and they're friggin' cool, and it sounds like a jet when it goes by.
Beat the record.
Yeah, so as we were walking along, as I was saying, heading out towards the car, I see them walking along with the signs that say start your engines, which means they're starting their engines and departure is imminent.
So this is the second wave. I guess we missed the first wave.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I feel like
And this is what's great. Here's more Pebble Beach, where you see big piece of Americana on the left, and then a Maserati with a Frua body on the right. Both basically 1950s. Look at how different they look. The height of the hood, the size of the footprint of the car, even the color, that great turquoise looking color on. That's probably going to be an old Lincoln.
I mean, cause accidents with their cameras. Oh, I like the go sign. That's perfect.
Yep.
That's it. When you see that go sign. Yeah.
And we're waiting for him to wave, not the green flag, the green go sign.
You look familiar.
Hey, bud.
Winston.
Yes.
Winston Churchill. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Very good. We have our Lancia. We have a Lancia that we just got here from Costa Rica. The gear-bodied Super Joel. It was a one-off 49 Auto Show, Geneva, and 1949.
Are you in the second group here?
Yes.
So we'll see you mosey on by.
I see it going by, but my Restore and my partner's in there. It's not enough room for three, really. It's supposed to be a tre poste.
But come on, you're the big cheese. What's going on here?
Well, I'm with my girlfriend, so we couldn't get everything in there. Winston, meet Megan. Megan, meet Winston.
Megan, nice to meet you. Cameraman Ben.
Guys, here it is. Watch your backpack there, sir.
Here we go. Boom. Lincoln, lovely Maser. God, look at this Lincoln floating on up towards us.
So you'll see the Lancias, right?
Yeah, I see. You're right behind
behind this space age car here.
That, yes.
Yeah, this is it here.
There you are.
Okay, here's the turbine.
Nice.
Nothing's on fire yet.
Speaking of Lancias, there's another. Here's the turbine car.
Here's the turbine. Oh, it's quiet.
Yes, it is quiet, but man, listen to that.
Like an electric car.
How space age is that? Followed by a Rolls Royce. It was quieter than the friggin' Rolls. What's going on here?
I know, right?
Doozy. Is that an Elvis?
It is.
Yes.
Graber-bodied Elvis. Three Graber-bodied.
I was going to say there's another Elvis. Yeah. Well, you never see Elvis.
No. Let alone a Graber-body.
Yeah. Holy Toledo. 275. Majestic Rolls. The Lincoln, old Lincoln.
We got this Voisin, the only one in the world, is about to pass by here soon, too.
I think it was more fun.
It's also Graber body.
Hispano Suiza. Another Lincoln. Well, I'm actually doing okay on my pre-work stuff. Normally I'm not this good.
You remember them.
Yeah. So, another Lincoln.
What would they call that?
Little Alpha.
Packard.
Is that what that is? I couldn't have told you.
It's a Lincoln.
I couldn't have told you.
A Bentley Speed
Yeah, big
6.
Bentley. Yep. The Jag.
120. You got another Bugatti.
Listen to the engine. Listen to that.
Alpha. Romeo race car. That's sounding nice.
Yep, another Bentley, another Lincoln. This is also probably going to be a Lincoln.
Oh, there you go.
That's right.
You got attention.
Lots here.
Okay. Bentley, Seata. Another Seata. Boy, here's Seata Row. Here's Seata Row.
Yep. This Seata Row.
Look at this. Boom. There's Bertoni body Seata. Heads up. You should really wait. You should really wait till they go by. Yeah. Another Seata, Fiat 8V, Alfa, Bugatti. I have no clue.
Oh, here comes the Vaughn. You see it behind the Seata here. This is the only one in the world right
so
there.
There's an Aston.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
And so this Vaughn here.
Hey, Pete!
Now that's just unwise. Now that is complete.
And so after this, Bentley's one of my favorite Lincolns, the old suicide door. Oh, come on. Go pick up somebody in the airport in that, you know?
Are you here?
I hear some baby crying. I hear a baby crying.
Is that like a Bugatti horn or something?
Oh, a baby crying.
Is that a Stutz? And then a Delage.
It sounded like a dead lamb. Dying lamb.
There you go. Pull out for the pass. Go, Mr. Aston. Electric. There's our early electric car.
First electric car.
That's right. For those that think Tesla was first, not even close.
No passive.
Okay, and here we are at the end. Boom.
We call it mother-in-law seat.
Awesome.
It rumbles.
Okay, there was our second wave. We weren't expecting to catch that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you soon with something else equally as cool. Thanks, man. Good to see you.